Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
What is going on, Canes fam? I am Matty Ice. He is Caniacs, and this is the Canes Call-In Pod live. Caniacs, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, my friend. How are you?
I am doing phenomenal. I'm ready to talk some Canes. I'm excited. Started the new job already. I'm ready, man.
How's that going, by the way? Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's get that out of the way. How's the new job going?
It's going good, man. It's a lot different. I'm hoping streamline a lot of their processes and stuff, and directly working with the owners. It's a relatively small company, so it's really cool, man. It's going to be a really good learning experience for me.
That's awesome. So, I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, man. But yeah, how you doing? How was your weekend? How's everything going?
Good, busy, busy, and by the way, busy. Yeah.
Oh, so was it busy?
That's a busy weekend. Like I said, my weekends are my busy times, but it's been picking up, which is a very good thing, by the way. It's not a complaint.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just busy.
So, man, I got to tell you, man, your boy over the weekend decided, well, the past 2 weekends, I didn't tell you about it the weekend before because it was embarrassing, has been playing some golf. Has been going to the driving range and trying to get back at it. I used to play in middle school. I took like lessons for a while.
Uh-huh.
And so I just got back into it, man. And I got a couple clubs that I borrowed from a friend. So I've been like kind of practicing. So
okay,
yeah, man. Yeah,
that's awesome. I like to hear that.
Man. Yeah, I'm super ready to get into it, man.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, dude.
So yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry, I just No, go ahead. I thought something was happening. Go ahead. My bad. Go.
No, you're good. I mean, I just wanted to bring this up, man. Our buddy, friend of the show, Warden, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's in the hospital. I think he's gonna get released tomorrow. But like, I just wanted to say, man, get better. Canes Collins by your side, man.
Absolutely.
We're all thinking of you, man. But yeah, so hopefully he can get back at it. We can get him back in here soon, man. Talk some games, as soon as football season or anything starts, It's kind of hard with basketball. But yeah. Man, I'm ready to talk some Canes. I know we have someone coming on today. You want to tell the people who's coming on?
My man's name is Chris. He runs an IG channel called 5 Times National Champs. Really, we've been chatting back and forth through the DMs, and he's really knowledgeable. Pardon me. Mm-hmm. And he just asked if he can come on and chit chat about the spring football that's fixing to happen. So why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, with that, let's get into our 305 check-in.
Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. So, Caniacs, I kind of want to just get this out of the way. I know I made it a point that I bring this up, every show because, I want to support the squad. Canes hoops, man. Not looking too good still. Lost to Clemson and Virginia. They're 3-15 in the ACC. That's the worst record in the ACC. 7-16 overall. Just not looking too good. But you know what? You know what the good thing is? They got their last game coming up.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
And,
they can rebound, reset. Wow.
Yeah. So, not the best season. Hopefully next year, we have everyone come back and we can, have a bounce back season. I was really hoping that would be this year, but just too many injuries. Mm-hmm. But since we're on the topic of basketball, I am super stoked because actually, as we're recording live, one of my friends just confirmed this. We're going to be doing a March Madness show in 2 weeks after Selection Sunday. And one of my buddies who coached high school, he played in high school, and he has a bunch of records at the California like CIF level. I think he's like number 2 in career 3-pointers or something, like right behind like LiAngelo Ball, I think. He's going to be coming on to talk with us. My other friend who he actually covered St. Mary's, he was like a broadcaster for them. They're not having too good of a season, but they're usually a powerhouse. He's going to be coming on too.
Nice.
One of them hasn't confirmed, but he has to come on now that I said it. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, got Tyrone too. Have you heard back from him yet?
So I still have to reach out to him. He's a busy guy right now, man. He's not even in. I don't think he's even in the state right now. He's been in Indiana a lot, so I still have to reach out to him.
We got time.
So I was going to do that tonight.
Yeah, we got time.
But yeah, man. Do you wanna bring up Canes baseball or address the elephant in the room?
I got to watch Friday night's game. They blew it. Saturday's game wasn't really much of a game. I mean, the first inning had all the action. Miami won the game 3-0. The freshman pitcher was on fire. He has a fastball that it's unbelievable, man. So they won Saturday, and then Sunday, I don't know what happened. It's like they just didn't want to win. I mean, they had the lead. Then they would give up the lead, and then they fought back and got the lead, and then they would give up the lead, and they just ended up losing the game, man. I don't know. The bullpen didn't look really good. The bats just weren't hitting. They weren't in the critical spots where they should be hitting to make RBIs. They're not doing it, and it's frustrating. So
yeah, it sounds like a typical Canes problem, whether it's in basketball, football, or anything.
But I tell you what, the women's team doing an awesome job. Women's basketball. At least that's a good bright spot.
Yeah, that's a bright spot. I haven't watched any of the games, to be completely honest with you, but yeah, it's always a bright spot. At least if someone's killing it.
That's right. At least somebody's going to do something right now for the Canes, because somebody's got to have some positives.
Yeah. So I know we'll probably get into some heat after we talk to Chris, but I kind of wanted to bring up something Canes football related, just because I know we don't really talk recruiting a lot, unless it's like a big name, like a Jake Garcia or whoever, or it's like we're doing a recruiting show. But Ja'Cory Brown, man, you know about this kid, the 4-star, the QB.
Clemson? No. Whoa. Okay, what? No. What's this one?
He's a 4-star QB. I think he's out of Georgia, because I remember I saw him going up against, I think it was against like Valdosta or something. But Steve Wilfong, like the director of recruiting for what do you call it, put a crystal ball in for him to go to Miami, man.
Oh, that's good.
Bro, we stacking QBs like they hotcakes. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what we need to be doing.
I know, for real. So don't ask me for my breakdown on him. If this was basketball, I'd gladly do that. But he looks good.
Right. Well, that's good. Hey. And then what is this? I'm hearing about some cornerback that from Clemson just decommitted. Apparently he's got some kind of off the field type issues.
No, he got dismissed from the team, and then he got dismissed from the team. But he was someone who could have left to go to the draft, and then they were thinking he would go to the supplemental NFL draft, but he's going to transfer. Oh my God, what is his name?
I know, I can't think of it right now.
I just saw it. Something he was going to be a senior, or he's going to be a senior.
Mm-hmm. And he's a starter. Was a 5-star.
Oh my God, I can't remember his name.
I'm looking all over Twitter. I can't see it right now.
I know. That's what I'm looking for, too. I was trying to subtly, I remember. It was, yeah, no, I don't know. If someone can put that in the chat.
But I mean,
awesome.
it's been talked about enough. People know who we're referring to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Kendrick, Darian Kendrick. That's who it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, because he started for them last year. I just couldn't remember his name.
I couldn't either.
But yeah. So I mean, I don't know. He'd have to count forward, right, towards next year. I mean,
Well, if he enrolls in August.
Yeah.
But I mean.
So I mean, hey, look, just like that, we got Tyreek and.
Now, just think if we had hit both those lockdown corners for Manny's defense.
I know.
You just call it Blitzburg. I mean, because if Manny knows that he's got lockdown corners on each side, I mean, and then Jess Simpson's
Bubba's
back,
doing his thing too.
Right, Jess Simpson's back. Bubba's out there.
Yeah.
Frierson as.
Frierson played pretty well too.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll get more into that with Chris when we get a hold of him. But man, that would be something to dream about. It's a pipe dream, I'm sure, but I don't know. We'll see, man. He is the king of the off season, so we'll see what happens. It would be nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
How excited are you for spring football? I know we're going to get into this later, but how excited are you for spring football, man? We got robbed of it last year.
I'm really excited. I'd be even more excited if De'Aaron King was able to play. I mean, I'm still excited because I would like to see how our future, who is going to be our future QB. Yeah, how it's going to look, how our future is going to look. So I'm excited to see that. Who it is, who's going to take the reins. I mean, I know Jake's new, but there's a lot of hype around him. TVD is the one I'm really wanting to see. I mean,
yeah.
From what we heard from the year before, I mean, I'm ready to see him do his thing.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I think that the silver lining is we got good young QBs that, we can see what they're made of in spring. They get some action I think that's kind of
the competition in that room. Oh boy, I like it.
Oh, I know. Even with Nkosi not there, man, still got some dudes, man.
Got some
dudes over here,
and apparently got some other dudes coming in. What?
What you talking about?
Ja'Cory
Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope so. I know that there was talk because he was a Florida lean for a while. But I mean, who would want to go to that shitty ass Gainesville, man?
Shithole of a place.
I like how me and you shit on it. Like, obviously, you lived in Florida, but like, I haven't even I've been to Disney World and I've and like that's it.
I've been to Gainesville. I'm not gonna lie. I've been to Gainesville. I've been to Tallahassee. I've been to both stadiums just because why not? I mean, you got to see them. Just to say that I have. There really isn't much going on there in Gainesville. There really isn't. I mean, it's a little. You got your little college, little spots, but I mean, it's not a big city. It's not Miami. It's not Tampa. It's what I mean. It's not something like that. But I would not want to live there. Whether if UF was there or not, I just wouldn't want to live there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I get it, man.
You're frozen. Hold on.
What do you think?
There you go. Now we hear you. Now I hear you. What's going on? Oh, we're having a wonderful time with our internet today. I see. So he had issues with his internet before we even got started.
Hello?
There you are. You're freezing.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, I'm freezing? Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're freezing.
No bueno, man.
No,
I said,
that's all right.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Since you're still freezing, I'll go ahead and try to give him a call. Let's give him a call.
Okay.
Let's give him a call, see if he answers. There he is.
What up, guys?
What's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy?
What's up?
Good. What's happening?
Not much, bro. Thanks for coming on, man.
There we go. Now I can see both you guys. How's it going?
Right.
Good. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come on, man.
Of course. Yeah, man. It's fun to talk spring football and talk to Canes fans, man, where we connect all over, no matter where.
Oh,
All over the
absolutely.
world. 'Cause
Especially too, man.
Go ahead.
Last year we didn't get a spring, so we got robbed of that. So
Right.
Was it like
even
2 or 3
sweeter.
days, right?
yeah.
Hey, so Chris, do you want to go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself? And because I know you got the IG, you're real big on IG over there. You got a nice little following. I mean, your page is nice to follow. You got a lot of info over there. So go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, me and my little brother-in-law started the page about 2 years ago, and it was just kind of a way to get my graphic designs out there. I was doing a lot of Miami, football graphic designs, different players and stuff. So he started up the page, and then probably a couple months in, I kind of took it over full time and just started posting all my graphic design work. I, do a post a day every day for the last 2 years. It's gonna be 2 years this month that we've done the page, so it kind of like morphed over the last. I'd say the last year it morphed into, me getting to interview players, me having other graphic designers reach out to me to post their content. So now it's just this huge smorgasbord, and I'm always, interacting on the DMs with everybody reaching out about my story posts or my regular stuff. So we got this big family, man. And, I never would have thought it would have evolved to interviews and now to doing some podcasts. So it's been going quite well.
Hey, I never thought I'd be doing a podcast with this guy too, man. And it just happens, right?
It just happens.
Us Canes fans can get along no matter what.
Absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely.
And we're worldwide too, because I understand you're in Portland. So you know
That's
the
right,
West Coast.
that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
my sister lives in Portland.
She does. Well, so I've only met 2 Canes fans that live in Portland, both off of Twitter. I haven't met them in person yet. We're talking about maybe doing a game next year, but I don't see anybody with the U on the back glass of the car. No one's rocking Miami hats. It's a lonely spot out here in Portland.
Yeah, a lot of Oregon fans, I'm sure, and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's green and yellow all over the state. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How about Miami comes down to the Pac-12 and plays somebody once? I mean, come on.
Oh,
man,
you know
we're
how
Playing
bad
West Coast?
you know how bad I want them to whoop on fucking USC. All of my family are USC fans. I would love it.
Oh, sure.
Bro,
They
if
played that bowl game a while back in California. I can't remember who it was against, though. Was it Nevada, or maybe that was that Mac Bowl or whatever it was about 8-9 years back or something like that?
I think you're right.
I can't remember who it was against, but I feel like it was about 10 years ago. That was like the last time, other than 2000 Washington, that they played on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I remember back in the 80s or something, they played my school that I went to, Long Beach State, and we don't even have a football team anymore. They beat us.
Beat them so bad, shut it down.
No more football.
Yeah,
Bro, you're having major
it's
internet
over.
issues tonight, just so you know.
Yeah, I know. I am. I'm having major internet issues.
That's all worries. We can work through it.
We'll get through it.
We'll get through
Yeah.
it. You pause, we'll just
Absolutely.
keep going without you. It's all good.
Okay. So, spring football's starting soon, man. What are you looking forward to most this spring?
Sure. So I got I was thinking about this over the past couple of weeks and actually jotted it down today, where I got maybe 5 areas, 5 storylines that I would be, looking at the most. Year 3, Manny Diaz head coach, and we get to find out starting next Saturday. So the first one I would say would be De'Ara King's out for the spring. So for me, the number one storyline going into spring ball is TVD and Jake Garcia. And so if you think about it this way, this is the audition for the 2022 quarterback spot. No pressure. De'Ara King's not in spring football. And, TVD was the number 7 ranked pro style QB 2 years ago coming out of Connecticut. And then you look at Jake Garcia, and he was the number 5 ranked pro style QB. So, Jake Garcia is the highest ranked quarterback signing we've had since Kyle Wright. So, I mean, this is this when you talk about the 247 Sports composite, I mean, this is like big time football. Great arms, great pocket presence. You're not going to get the mobility that you get out of De'Aaron, but these guys can put the ball on a dime, just on a rope. And so I'm looking forward to see who inches above the other out of those two. Pretty much depending on what recruiting site you look at. I mean, these are top 5 pro-style quarterbacks the last 2 years in the whole country.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's exactly what I said just before we had you on there. No, because that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what we were just talking about before we called you. He asked me what I was looking forward to the most, and I said, I wish De'Aaron King was there, but we need to find out our future. And right now, our future is TVD and Garcia, and I really want to see them two compete. I mean, that's what I'm really looking forward to. That, so totally agree with that one.
Yeah, I'd say by the end of April we should know who has the leg up. Going into 2022, since it's De'Aaron's show come summer, we should know that hopefully those two aren't neck and neck by the time we get to the end of April. But that would be my first one. That would be my first to look forward to. Second would be, how about our 2 starting corners? So, we know that Al Blades probably is not going to do spring ball because of that heart condition coming off of COVID. So I would say, it's Tyreek Stevenson's job to lose, coming in from Georgia. Back in 2019, he was the number 2 cornerback in the whole nation. I mean, this guy was the guy. Mm-hmm. And so him coming in, you got Corey Couch and Ivy. I'd probably put Ivy ranked 4 out of the bunch. But those interesting stat that I saw the other day about Al Blades, and it's if you at all pay attention to Pro Football Focus and how they crunch numbers on there, and it's kind of like the advanced analytics version of maybe what baseball does. They were talking about that ACC quarterbacks have a 29.3 NFL passer rating against Al Blades, which is the best mark of any corner in all of the ACC, and it's actually 4th best in the nation for any cornerback that's taken 100 snaps. So while we only got to see him for half the year last year, I mean, the dude is legit, and he knows ball placement. He knows how to find his guy. He's not getting burnt like toast like DJ Ivy with, looking around. He doesn't know where the ball is. He's never even looking back for the ball. So, I mean, to me, I think Al Blades is CB2, and we'll see if Stevenson's job's to lose a CB1. But I love how aggressive Corey Couch is, minus the 4 pass interference penalties in the bowl game. I'll still take that over the way I've seen DJ Ivy play the ball.
Yeah.
What was the nickname that Blake Baker gave him again? Was it the Chihuahua or something? He said he's like a Chihuahua.
Oh, talking about the Corey?
Yeah, Corey Couch.
I think it was a Chihuahua.
I think
you're right. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's funny.
That's okay. That was like the final straw. I was like, okay, come on, get the hell out of here, Blake.
Yeah.
yeah. I think there was a lot of final straws with him, and I'm like, dude, we played more zone defense than any time in the 3 years that Manny was defensive coordinator. We played more zone defense this year than any of those years. And I'm like, dude, why are we playing zone defense on 3rd and 7? Why aren't we playing man press on 3rd and 7?
I thought we were Syracuse's basketball team at first, man. Like, for a while, I was like, shit, where did all this zone come from?
Right. It's just, just giving up slant routes up the wazoo all day long. And so it's, I don't know. Blake Baker's another story. But, I'd be interested to get your guys' take on my next one, which would be kind of my third storyline I want to watch. I want to watch the evolution of Corey Flagg and Sam Brooks under Manny Diaz. I know the new guy they got coming over to, coach outside linebackers was the kind of the big dog when it came to recruiting for Texas A&M, and he poached some Florida guys. And I think Pat Key's going to be doing inside linebackers, but I want to see these two, who I was super impressed with Flagg last year. But I want to see Sam Brooks maybe get a little 20, 25 pounds on him and watch these two guys, taking, if McLeod's going to defensive line, and Brandon Jennings actually, according to PFF, was the worst graded player on Miami's defense of all last season. He graded like a 41. I mean, these guys were out of position all the time. And you can argue that it's Blake Baker's calls or it's these guys maybe just don't know what they're doing out there. But, 53 and 44 got chopped up all season long out there. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what you guys think about linebacker, because I'm jacked for these young linebackers.
No, I'm absolutely. I mean, I think you said it best. I'm super excited. I think some people have written off Sam Brooks,
for sure.
But I honestly, man, he's just so athletically gifted, and just his lateral quickness and stuff. I'm excited to see. I think he's going to take a step up.
Oh,
for sure.
Totally agree. I mean, they got another.
He started the bowl game at the end of Jaren's year. He started the bowl game that 2 years ago.
Yeah, and he's got an off season with Feely, and you know what happens with the Feely effect. So I mean,
exactly.
I'm with you. I mean, plus they got to. I mean, and that's one thing we talked about on the show last year was how bad the linebacker play was compared to the year before. I mean, how bad it dropped off.
Sure.
I mean, we didn't realize how bad we missed Shaq and Pickney. Yeah, we complained about them. They're slow and this and that, but holy cow, compared to last year.
They knew where to be.
Man,
Sure.
I'll take them slow-ass linebackers again anytime.
Well, and I mean, and I think about, like, I love how, Sam Brooks was a little up and down last year, but I think the right defensive coordinator, another year in the weight room. But, I mean, I guess the only thing I can say about, Jennings and McLeod is Jennings knows how to stick people. That dude can stick.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it kind of
of
a little bit. But I don't know how much I can say about McLeod because for as jacked as that dude looks like a pro wrestler, I mean, that dude was out of position all of the time.
And he looked lost, like he's,
He did?
Yeah, just what am I supposed to do? I mean, am I go? I just like I don't know. But I mean, defensive end, if he does get there and he does play there, which hopefully he does. I mean, we need a depth. Not gonna lie, but there's a whole lot less thinking than it is being a linebacker.
And think about this if you're switching your senior year in college and you're Zach McLeod and you're switching over to defensive end, are you going to take snaps away from Jafari or the transfer from Tennessee? Probably not. I mean, dude's learning a new position and he's going to learn it in under 12 months. I mean, Jafari Harvey's a freak, and we're going to have him for the next 3 years, beast. So I don't know. We'll see what Zach McLeod. Maybe he'll just be a plug and play guy, and you need him on a handful of snaps, or who knows how much he gets.
We'll
so
see,
sorry, we kind of went on a tangent. I think were you on number 4? I can't even remember.
That was 3. That was 3.
No, that was just 3. That was just 3.
I like the linebacker tangent because linebacker play was atrocious last year.
Yeah, that was probably the worst. I mean, when was the last time we had linebackers that bad? Can you think of it?
Wow, because you only remember the good ones.
Right, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's. I've been thinking about that, trying to think about it all day, and I don't really remember linebacker play being that bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think North Carolina would have got the yardage they would have got even close if linebackers were in position. Honestly, not even close. Up the gut all night long with those run plays.
Oh man!
Thank God they're gone.
Yeah, that night that was horrible.
Man.
Well, let's do number 4.
All right,
so number
roll.
4, my number 4 storyline to watch would be the offensive line. So for me, and I've gotten really into the offensive line over the past couple seasons, and it's funny because obviously 2 years ago, Jaron Williams' offensive line gave up the most sacks in college football. So what we saw last season, I mean, this was a pretty big improvement. And then when you go left to right, and you talk Nelson, Donaldson, Gaynor at the center, you're going to put Scaife in at the right guard, and then Jared Williams at the right tackle. All those 5 are returning. And believe it or not, at right guard, Scaife has the most starts of any offensive lineman out of the bunch. So when they're all 5 returning, that's a plus for the quarterback, no matter if it's a young buck or if it's a returner like De'Eric. But for me, I'm the most excited about Jalen Rivers and Isaiah Walker, both high school All-Americans. Jalen Rivers, been in the program all of last year coming in. Isaiah Walker was the transfer from Florida right in the middle of spring ball. But those guys, high school All-Americans, and both those guys, I had a chance to speak with Isaiah Walker, and it was an awesome interview. Those guys are ready to ball. And, do I think Walker's going to get, playing time ahead of Jared Williams? Probably not, but he'll get some reps. But I'm not positive that Scaife's better than Jalen Rivers. So when we see a full spring of Jalen Rivers, maybe we'll have a different story at the end of April. I love Jalen Rivers and Isaiah Walker.
Yeah. And man, can we talk a little bit about Zion too? He went from everyone bagging on him to I forgot who came out with it for.
I posted about that draft.
Yeah, the mock draft. Yeah, that one. And he was projected as was it a first round pick or something?
Oh,
yeah, that's insane.
That guy was barely a 3-star recruit. I think he was App State and decommitted from App State to come to us, and so it's him and Donaldson are gonna, Donaldson's gonna go to the NFL, absolutely.
Oh,
after not
absolutely.
seeing him absolutely. But Zion's just as big, and dude put on 90 pounds before the start of football this last September. So I don't know, maybe you got 2 first or second round NFL left guard, left tackle on the side of that line. I mean, who knows?
Who knows? I tell you what, though, our running game this year should be immensely improved. Immensely improved running game this year. I mean,
it should. I know those couple squabbles, like when Cam was squabbling on Twitter when his carries were kind of diminishing. But I mean, you got Rooster and Chaney behind you. I mean, Cam's not getting 80% of the workload. So I mean, I don't know, how do they divvy it up with you guys? I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. But I mean, there should be plenty of room for everybody to run this year, as long as everybody stays healthy. Sure. Because when Donaldson came back from his injury at the end of the year, he just played that one game. The run game was totally different. I mean, you can see what he brings. So I'm excited about that.
That dude's like a Blindside, that movie The Blind Side. He's like he's just a freaking monster.
He is a big dude. He's a load, man. God, he's a load. Love it.
I mean, if you think about the run game, I mean, who do you guys like the most out of the three? I'm kind of partial to Don Chaney, going back to high school. I love Don Chaney, but they all three run with such physicality that I'll take the split up any which way it goes.
Go ahead.
So it's hard for me, man. I feel like I go back and forth on this. I go back and forth on this. I love Chaney.
Yeah.
But I have internet. Okay, yeah.
There's nothing like someone really fast. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So you're saying Chaney, you like him because he's really fast?
No. I was saying I like Chaney. He's more physical. He's a more physical guy. But I'm saying, I'm just saying, like, am I freezing up again?
Yeah, that's why I was asking you.
Okay, yeah. No, but I mean, I love
piss you
both
off
of
or
them.
whatever, but yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, you froze it.
Yeah, no,
I
would
get it.
Yeah, no, I would say I would slight nod to Chaney, man, but it would be a hard choice.
No, I agree. That's it's hard to, after what we saw last year, it's going to be hard to say anybody different, to be honest.
Sure. I mean, Cam's physical as hell, though. I mean, I love watching some Cam when he gets to that corner. I mean, he'll bulldoze a dude.
Yeah, you bring him in on third down, man. I mean, it's short yardage. Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah, absolutely. I don't want him to go anywhere. I mean, but that should be more of his role, and that's what in my opinion, that's what he should be concentrating on, not be the first, second down back. I'm the big bruiser boy. I'm here to get the rough yards, and if he can, if he can take that role and run with it, I think he'd be very successful that way.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, his draft stock might slip, but at the same time, it's about what's best for the team, and you got two studs behind you.
Yeah, but a lot of teams already have their first and second down back. It's that third down back that they're looking for, that bruiser to get that tough yard. I mean, that's a good way to make a paycheck, and you don't get less reps, less pounded on, more years, more contracts. I mean, it's all about the money.
It's all about the money. Okay, guys, and so my top five, my fifth storyline to watch, which I'm surprised I haven't talked about it yet, but let's hit it at number 5. It's who's going to be wide receiver number 3 and wide receiver number 4. So this is the hot button topic. This is the message board topic. This will be what lights Twitter up when we talk about the receivers. But for me, you got Harley in the slot, and then you got Rambo on the outside. Those are studs. So the question is, who do you put at 3 and 4? And if we were talking last season, Miami Hurricanes football, well, we all know, up to the mind-numbingly maddening, it's just you're getting Pope and Wiggins no matter what. You're getting Pope. And to me, I'm like, when we get towards the end of the season, I'm thinking to myself, now, are the young cats not getting their blocking assignments down? Are their routes not crisp? Are they forgetting routes in practice? Because when you talk about Wiggins and Pope, Wiggins led the ACC in drop percentage, led it at 16.2%. And Mark Pope was second at 15.8%. So you got the dudes with the highest drop percentage in the whole conference that you stayed with for 10 games. So if we're talking year 3, give me Jeremiah Payton, give me Mike Redding, who are big body dudes. They're not possession receivers. Those are downfield threats. Those are big game threats. And how about Keyshawn Smith? I mean, what a find from the West Coast. And he comes and commits to Miami without ever visiting the school, sight unseen. That dude is your deep threat as well. So for me, if we're going spring ball, I mean, Rob Likens, maybe getting together with Rhett. I want Wiggins and Pope to prove that they are the starters, not the other way around. I don't want them to lose their job. I want them to prove that they can gain it. And again, it's a little skewed because when you think of the IPF or you think of Green Tree, you can look great in shoulder pads and shorts and make all your catches. But I mean, we have a whole year's worth of data to see that these two at the highest 2 drop percentages in the conference. So, I mean, if it's me, man, I want Redding, I want Keyshawn Smith, and I want the other cat. I want them all out there. I want Redding. And what about the summer? You're going to get Romello. You're going to get Jacoby George. You're going to get Rashard Smith. So, I mean, we're going to be 12 deep at the receiver position when fall camp starts in the summer. So, I don't know. I'd be interested to get your guys' take of the Mark Pope, D. Wiggins conundrum and what it should look like from the coaching standpoint.
Well, if they go, what they should be doing is, going by competition instead of by seniority. That first and foremost. That hopefully I'm wrong, but that's got to stop. If that's what's going on, that has got to. Because you can't preach competition, and then you throw out the the seniority guys just because of seniority. You can't do that. So hopefully we'll get back to competition. One thing that if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Rambo have a bunch of drops as well? He had a high percentage of drops as well. I mean, not quite as high as Pope and Wiggins. Yeah, but I mean, the year before that,
he actually made plays too, though.
2 years ago, he was bomb, and last year he kind of fell off.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. But even though he had drops, he was still up and competing for those balls. You know what I mean? It wasn't one of those just like we had. Oh, it's not coming right to me. I don't need to jump for it, kind of guys. At least he was trying to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you. I think he'll be on the one side, Harley on the other side. But man, Pope and Wiggins. Pope. I mean, I'm sorry, Wiggins. Now we all know Pope. The expectations for Pope, but Wiggins. Man, his expectations was really up there, and he is nowhere near living. I mean, because if I'm not mistaken, last year, every podcast that I listened to, Andrew Ivins, Derek Lake, all of them, they're always talking about how Wiggins, this is going to be his breakthrough year. Boy, he let everybody down. So I'm hoping, now, I didn't say it, but I'm going to say it this year. I think he's going to finally live up to some of that potential. And the reason I say that is because I think he's heard enough from everybody, and I just hope that he I just hope he does it. You know what I'm saying? All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm on a rant.
The thing I wanted to bring up, there was a lot of talk like last offseason, like going in of like Jeremiah Payton. He was killing the scout team. He was doing really well, and he just kind of had a year of like, I mean, I think some of it wasn't on him. He had that injury. I think he had a knee injury and something else too, and he had COVID. He was out for a few games for that. I want to see what he can do this year. I think he's someone that can step up. Between Pope and Wiggins, I don't know why. I just really don't like Pope. In terms of like, I don't have faith in him at all. I think I don't see him. I think Wiggins has a chance to if not be like at least be like a solid receiver this year, solid contributor. But I'm kind of out on Pope, man, because there's even been people that have like, oh, this is Pope's year, just watch every year, and it's just, I don't know, I just don't see it. I mean, unless something changes, but.
Well, that's funny you say that, especially that you referenced David Lake on the podcast, because David Lake, who I love listening to Through the Smoke, and David Lake is a Mark Pope homer. And
I know.
It's like, I get that, he was damn near a 5-star, maybe he was a 5-star in high school, and he lit up the field like the Roadrunner. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure all those corners he went against aren't playing D1 college football right now. And so when we're on the football field on Saturdays, I don't care if you're 120 pounds and you got jets, because if you're not catching anything, or the only way you're catching the ball is in the numbers like you were talking about, there's no high point in the ball. There's no 50-50 balls. It's like, I would agree with you, Matt, that I would be out on Mark Pope going into this spring. And I actually got to speak with Mike Redding, and he told me that he battled COVID for a good point of the season. So, he did have to touchdown in the Florida State game, but, he kind of fell off as far as playing time. I think the same is true for Peyton. And I had high hopes for Wiggins going into it because Wiggins is a little bit bigger guy. But, I don't know, man. Mark Pope's not Devin Hester. He's not Roscoe Parrish. He's not Travis Benjamin. He's not those dudes. And you got to let the young bucks shine, man. This is their time.
Absolutely. And when your nickname is Noodles, like, I'm sorry, man. It's like come on.
Oh my God, that's
maybe
hilarious.
you can be in David Feely's weight room for 24 hours a day. Your nickname is Noodles.
Oh man, but yeah. Oh geez,
Sorry.
that was a big
That's right.
one.
Yeah, nobody could hear that. I blocked
Okay.
it.
But that's my take on the receivers, guys. I mean, what else you guys got going into spring as far as any other sports?
The thing I wanted to actually bring up was the early enrollee freshmen.
Oh yeah.
I think I want to say Jake Garcia, right? Elijah Arroyo, Deshaun Troutman, Thomas Davis, Chase Smith, Cameron Kitchens, and is it Borregales? Yeah, as well. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Who do you see that can like make the biggest improvement maybe in terms, because it's off season, so like becoming more game ready, like, changing their body or anything like that? Who do you think will benefit the most from being an early enrollee?
Sure. So I actually got to speak with Cam Kitchens and Borregales and Arroyo, and I talked to all those kids. And for me, Brevin leaving, going to the NFL, he's the only guy that we're losing on offense, the only offensive starter. Everybody else is back. So for me, Elijah Arroyo had multiple 2 and 3 touchdown games last year in high school in Texas. So, this is a guy that, I'm not going to say Will Mallory is going to get 80% of the snaps, but this is a guy that if you see how big this guy is already, that I could see him taking serious snaps, especially when you go double tight end sets. I think Elijah Arroyo is going to get some big time snaps and only improve as an early enrollee over these 9 months, with his body with David Feely. But I think Andres Borregales, you're looking at the kicker opening day against Alabama. This guy is, hitting 59-yard field goals, and you look back on my page on my interview with him a couple months ago. This dude has maybe got a better leg than Jose. So that's your kicker against Alabama on game 1, 100%. I think Cam Kitchens, who's just a total ball hawk, and I loved his game. When you mix him in with Avonte Williams and James Williams, which will kind of be what the future looks like in the secondary starting next year. I was actually chatting with him a couple days ago, and he was saying, whatever I got to do to get PT, I'm gonna make it known that whatever I have to do to get on the field this year. So, it's not going to hurt that he's hanging out with our new defensive backs coach, and it's not going to hurt that he's in the program 5-6 months earlier than the other kids. But I say Borregales by default, but you might see a huge year out of Elijah Arroyo. Yeah, he might just leapfrog Larry Hodges and Memorelli as well.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised by that either.
No, I'd really like to hear that.
He's a stud. He's a stud if you can find some of his high school tape.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
we already know what we got in Mallory. Mallory is, he's NFL. He's going to be playing on Sundays for sure. We already know that.
100%.
Because, when Jordan was healthy, when we had Mallory and Jordan on there together, it was, one of those two was always wide open. So,
absolutely.
with Arroyo and Mallory, hopefully we have the same kind of thing going on, because that would be great.
Sure.
Let's do it some more. Let's do it.
Sure.
Tight end you, baby. Tight end you.
Chris, I got to ask you, man. Like we talked about, we were kind of robbed of spring last season. We had a couple days, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
How big do you think this will be for just, the guys learning Rhett Lashley's offense even more?
Well, I think, you have a year's worth of data now, so you can see what Rhett Lashley did in certain situations. You can see, even though North Carolina was on the defense, you can also see what didn't go well in the North Carolina and the Clemson game. But I think, another year in the Rhett Lashley offense, but you have a full spring. So you might have, 2 controlled scrimmages and the spring game. So, more exposure at anything, more exposure in the weight room, more exposure running the routes, more exposure with your position coach. And I think when you go that route, we're not even talking about heading into the summer when you have, the almost top safety in America, James Williams, and the top DT, the highest ranked defensive line signing over a decade in Taylor. So, when you think about that, I mean, I'm not so sure that, I'd love to see Jared Harrison, Hunt, and Nesta on the defensive line starting against Alabama, but it's going to be hard to keep LT on the sideline, true freshman or not. He might open some eyes in the first couple games.
I'm hoping for big things out of Nesta this year, man. This has got to be his year to shine.
I do love him. I've always been a Nesta dude. I do love him.
Me too. I just hope that he just I'm just blanking. A couple years ago, 2018, came from UF, sat out a year. What was his name?
Jared Willis.
Jared Willis. We need to, if he can play like that this year, holy cow! Yeah,
and that was under Jess Simpson. That was with Jess, who's back now.
That's my point with Jess here. I mean, the defensive line and with Manny calling the plays should be a lot more aggressive. So I mean, I'm looking for Nesta to really have a monstrous year this year. Yeah.
And I'd be interested in your take. Is my only qualms is, you got Jafari, you got I think it's DeAndre Johnson from Tennessee coming that'll set your edges, but that's not Jalen, and that's not Greg, and that's not Quincy. And so my thing is this year, how close in a Manny defense or Manny Diaz run defense, how close can Jafari and Johnson be in pressures, in hurries, in sacks to those three guys that are all going to be, day 1, day 2 draft picks? That could be the biggest fall off on the defense. The linebackers can get better because they can't get worse, but the fall off at defensive end is one of my concerns for sure.
Now I got a question. You know that I'm sure you know who Jordan Nelson is. Fours Up podcast. Yeah. He was on here one time, and on his Fours Up podcast, he had mentioned that he said that last year's season was going to be the worst defense under a Manny Diaz era.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that this defense can be as bad as last year, I guess is what I'm trying to say. There's just no way it can be. I mean, the linebackers should be improved. Now, granted, we did lose 2 massive edge rushers.
Sure.
But I believe that with the new cornerbacks, we got Stevenson coming, and then I just see a much better and improved defense all the way around.
Sure.
What do you see next year as the weak spot in the defense?
I think you talked about it already, the defensive line.
You think so?
Or defensive ends, I mean.
I won't say the whole line, and I'd be interested to get I'm just going to say that would be the one spot where I would have a little bit of a red flag until I can see a month's worth of games of Jafari Harvey and, DeAndre Johnson. The linebackers are going to get better. You got Tyreek, so you already know that the corners are going to get better. And I told you that Blade stat. I love Bubba Bolden, even though, when I got to chat with him about a month ago, he was saying there was times where he was out of position, something with his eye contact, and he wasn't looking in the right spots. And, he wasn't blaming Baker or anything like that. He was just saying he put it on himself. I mean, I don't think if Gervin Hall had a down year, he was great in 2018, I thought. He was down last year. But if you have James Williams and Avonte Williams and Cam Kitchens behind you, and, you got the new coach coaching up DBs. I mean, every area to me is an improvement except for TBD on the defensive end position. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think Bubba, kind of backtracking on what you said about him, I think he's going to be a lot more consistent this year. I love Bubba, man. I'm all about him. I think it's just, new year, new team kind of a deal. I don't know. I'm not really so good with the X's and O's, but I don't know what the fuck Blake Baker was doing defensively. I think you mentioned it before, too, the defensive ends. I'm worried about that because I think that our defensive ends kind of covered up some blemishes last year. And so I'm kind of worried. I mean, I think Tyreek is going to help in the secondary for sure, and I think Bubba's is going to step up. But I'm still concerned with those defensive ends, man. Are we still going to be able to get pressure? How much pressure? That's one of my main concerns. And kind of saying what you said as well, I do expect the linebackers to be much improved this year. Because I don't think Jennings is going to play. I think if he does, he'll be at the tail end of the rotation.
Sure.
But Yeah, those are just kind of my thoughts. I'm really excited for. I know we talked about Corey Flagg and Sam Brooks. Those are two guys that I'm really excited for, and Deshaun Troutman too, coming in as an early enrollee. I don't know how much he'll play in his first year, but
sure. And we didn't bring up Avery Huff.
Avery Huff too. Yeah,
I forgot all about Avery Huff. That's my boy too. I don't know why I forgot him.
You forgot about him. I mean, it cannot get any worse than 53 and 44, right? It can't. It absolutely cannot this year in a Manny Diaz-led defense.
And I'm not overly concerned about our defense. It's not like we got trash DNs. We just
no.
We have solid guys. We just, I mean, they're
it's not
just
the Miami standard,
right? We just don't know if they're going to be Jalen and Roche quality. I mean, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're solid. They're solid guys. We just But I mean, if we get the better linebacker play, better cornerback play, and of course if we can get our defensive line to step up a little bit, it's going to help with the pass rush on the edges because they got a double team Nesta, frees up guy on the outside. Then you got to bring somebody in to double team. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, to me, I'm not like overly concerned, but I
got a question for you guys. And I got a question for you guys. So we know Bubba Bolden's going to be starting against Alabama. Mm-hmm. If it was me and it was my defense, I'm starting Griffin Hall instead of Amari Carter. Yeah. But my question to you is, mid-season, who is the other safety starting opposite of Bubba Bolden? If it's me, James Williams, 5-star, number one safety in the country, 6'5", 220. I mean, you hear all the rumblings of the Sean Taylor and the Ed Reed stuff. I mean, are you going to really keep Griffin Hall and Amari Carter on the field when you got this stud out of American Heritage that's the best of the best in the whole country? I mean, they're talking about maybe moving him to linebacker. They're talking about striker. I mean, he wants to stay at safety, and I think he will. I mean, to me, I don't know how we play this out with the second safety midseason.
Do you think you could see them convincing him, like, hey, I know you want to play safety. We got these two guys, but like striker, you can get some real run in. You know what I mean? I could see that.
He was adamantly against that, and I think Gilbert Frierson played great. I think he's
so.
Great. I was the second best player on the defense.
Yes, I totally agree. Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, I don't want him leaving the striker position. He did real well. But I mean, dude, he's a huge safety, and we need that. I mean,
huge.
We need some length in the back because that's one of our problems. We got small corners. They got taller wide receivers. We got burnt that way, 50-50 balls. I mean, it's just they win all the time. So we need the man. I hope so. That would be nice to see, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
A freshman DB starting come mid-season because you get a month's worth of the Griffin Hall, Amari Carter experience.
And then we'll see how many times we get targeting calls for Amari. I mean. We'll see if he calms that down this year or not.
Say what you will, though. Hey, man, towards the end of the year, he was playing relatively well. He was the leading tackler a few games, man.
Right.
Just saying.
And no targeting calls.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I mean, I don't mind that the dude's all about the hit stick and he can lay the wood.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just sometimes when you keep taking the same angles and you're always going above the shoulder blades. I mean, come on. I mean, just a little bit of restraint.
Right. Even if it's close, they're going to blow the whistle regardless. Even if it's close. I mean, because they know it's, the chances of you actually targeting is high. So.
Sure.
Man. Yeah.
Especially when you got a bad rap like him, man. He's got a history.
Exactly.
He's got it.
Does have the history.
A wanted poster everywhere.
I think we're dialed up for the spring. I think we got some good storylines to watch. I think, we got a lot of new coaches on the defensive side. And if Jess Simpson can get that defensive line looking anything like 2018. He's the guy that recruited Jafari. I mean, he's got his players on this roster still, from 2 years ago. So I think there's a lot of cool storylines. Certainly with no spring last year and new OC, new QB and De'Eric, there was a lot, but there's some cool stuff as far as position battles that are up in the air for sure.
Absolutely. Hey, Chris, we're going to definitely have to have you on, man, like right before the season starts.
Yeah, man.
But do you want to give us like just a prediction for next season? I know it's super early and we don't know a lot of things,
Yeah, this
but
is the preseason, what's kind of your preseason,
this is the pre.
Yeah.
Pre. Well, I think I saw Pac-12 just released their schedule today and put out 10 conference games and teams were doing like 2 non-conferences. So if Miami, I think if they end up at 10 or something with a couple non-conference, I could see them. I mean, I think 9 wins is realistic, and maybe like a 9-3. If it's 12 total games, I think the Alabama game is going to be tough, and maybe the season really doesn't start until after that game because I don't see how we're not a double-digit underdog. And you're playing an offense that rivaled 2019 LSU's offense. They did lose a lot of players, but we know Alabama's a system team, and it's 5 stars across the offensive line, and it's 5 stars at every receiver, and so. I don't know. For me, the season starts after Alabama. Now, I'm not going to count us out and say there's no chance because absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of studs on this Miami Hurricane football team. But, I'm not going to burn the castle down if we lose that football game. So I think the real season starts after that, the test, and how do we come back if that doesn't go so well. Of course, North Carolina, you got to have it circled on your calendar. But, I mean, I think 9 or 10 wins, and I think probably anything less than 9 would be a regression, I would say, in year 3 for Manny Diaz. And I probably wouldn't want to be sitting in front of the AD if I wound up with less than 9 wins this year. What about you guys?
I completely agree with that. My projection was 9 wins as well.
Mine too.
I would, yeah. I mean, it might change, but that's kind of what I feel good with. I mean, just based on what happened
from last year,
everything. And I don't think that 9 wins is a bad thing. I think that we should be satisfied with that. But yeah.
Yeah, as long as you go. Yeah, yeah. On one of the shows we did, we had a little, when we did the schedule breakdown. Yeah, I have him at 9 wins.
I thought you had 10.
No, okay.
I'm calling you out.
10 wins. I still see 10. Okay, it's 10. It's 9-10. I see 9-10. But if he doesn't at least get 9, I think Manny's on a serious hot seat, like you said. I mean, it is.
Sure. Mm-hmm. And how about the first bowl win in 11? When you end the season on a right note, no matter what happens with overall wins.
Yeah,
absolutely. No,
yeah, we got to 100%
agree with that.
Win. Yeah, absolutely.
Sheesh.
Awesome.
Well, Chris, man, I really appreciate you coming on, man. Thanks for spending all this time with us. I didn't mean to keep you this long, and I'm glad you got the okay from the wife because I didn't mean to ruin her dinner or anything if I have you come on so early.
No, that's all right, guys. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it very much. And once again, you can check me out on Instagram, on IG. The page is 5X_national_champs. Over 8,300 followers and growing. So that's where you can find my daily Canes content, interviews, story posts, main page posts, and just hit the follow button on Instagram.
Thanks, get him to 10K.
Get him to 10K.
Let's get him to 10K. Let's go ahead, people. Let's do it.
Appreciate it, guys, very much.
All right, Chris, we appreciate it, man. And we'll catch you soon. All right, buddy?
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, man.
Have a good night.
Have a good one, my friend.
See ya.
All right. I love that.
That was awesome. Oh, man. I'm just glad my internet's back to normal. I felt bad, man. I was lagging on Chris, man.
Oh, I feel bad that apparently we've had people in the chat and I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you, man.
Wait,
can I even respond to people in the chat or no?
It's only. You see it? You can't see it. I'd like this.
Oh, damn.
Category 5 Kane says, I like to say looking at the wide receiver rotation is a big thing to look forward to. Oh, we got a caller coming in. Let's see who this is. I bet it's our boy Jim.
Jimmy!
Hey, how's it going? How's it going, guys?
Hey,
What's
Jimmy,
up,
how's it
Jimmy?
going?
Hey, not much, man. So yeah, I heard you guys. Talking about the women, man. The women's hoops they're really looking good. Destiny Harden had a heck of a game. She had a heck of a game over the weekend. She had like 20 points. It was crazy.
Right.
Oh, man.
She got NCC Player of the Week too, didn't she?
Oh yeah. That's a good sign because we got women's hoops are going to be playing. They're going to be playing the 5th of March against. It's in the ACC tournament, so that's going to be fun, man. Against Virginia Tech, so I'm looking forward to that game.
Absolutely.
That's going to be in Greensboro. It's going to be a heck of a game, man.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as baseball goes, man, like I don't know what happened, man. Sunday's game we just fell flat on our face is the way to say it. We we had the lead for a while, and then we just sat back and relaxed. Like, what in the world was that all about, man?
I don't know, man. And then Jimmy, did you watch the Canes hoops game, the men's basketball games? Either one of them?
Oh yeah, there was. Yeah. I mean, it looks like they're just trying. We're just trying to get our stuff together for next year. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I think they're all waiting for the season to just be finished. So it's been a rough one.
Yeah, it's probably been the roughest one that we've probably ever seen under. We've never seen this under Coach L before.
Yeah,
Coach,
not like this. Yeah, Coach L usually brings in them transfers and can get some guys on the court, and we do relatively well in the ACC, which is one of the harder conferences. At least not this year though. But Jimmy, let me ask you something. I know we're switching around to all these sports and everything. We were just kind of talking about some football. What are you most excited spring football?
Oh man, like I'm just excited, like what you guys were saying about the quarterback position. Seeing who our quarterback of the future is going to be, man. Like I'm really looking forward to that because like that's what spring ball is all about. You want to see. You want to see what the young guys are going to do. Guys that you're not going to see in the regular games. So, yeah,
absolutely,
it's an evaluation game. So I mean, I'm just looking for. I know we got a lot of good guys out there, and I'm looking forward to everybody. I mean, there's not really one position that I could say like I'm looking forward to this or that because it's all about evaluation. Obviously, spring ball is like. The equivalent of, I know they don't call it that, but it's the equivalent of college preseason.
Right.
You want to see who's gonna play well, and look at tape and see who the future running back, quarterback is. So, I'm just glad that we're gonna have spring ball this year because COVID messed up everything, so we really didn't get a chance to try with anybody. So. I'm looking forward to that, man. What do you guys think about Jeff Simpson being back, man?
I'm absolutely excited about that one.
Yeah,
definitely excited.
When I saw the news about that, man, I was like, hell yeah! Like this dude is like top notch. I mean, I saw the interview on the Behind the U podcast, man.
Oh yeah, I just listened to that today too.
I did too.
He went into his detail about how he grew up. Like he's a well relaxed dude, man. Like he seems so ready to go back. And when he was with us, we had like the top 3 defense in the country, man. So like if we could have any level of that back, man, we're gonna be balling, man.
Absolutely. I know. I'm super excited. I'm just ready for any football to start. Just because I feel like it's been an eternity since even last season just ended, even though it hasn't been that long. Just because of how much we were robbed of the off season last year and just everything. The 2 things I'm excited for, spring football starting and then March Madness. So yeah, definitely agree with you on that.
Oh yeah, March Madness. I'm really hoping that the women go. The women go far in a tournament, man. And like, I want to see what they do because I know Coach Meyer. She always has her players that are ready to go. So I'm looking forward to it, man. I see them making a big run this year. They have a really deep group. Destiny Harden, Kelsey Marshall, like. Yeah, you name it. Like there's the deepest the women have ever been, probably since Michelle Woods and Raquana Williams. I mean that was the last time. That was the last time I can remember like a group like this big. I mean, I remember I had a chance to go to Miami and Rutgers game because I'm actually, I don't know if I told you guys, but I actually live in Jersey and It was about 17. I think it was like 17 or 18. I forget what year it was, but the one year Miami women and Rutgers they played at Rutgers, and I I got a chance to go to that game, man. It was crazy. Like they lost that game, but just like me being there, just like me being there, like seeing them play. I remember like Michelle Woods. She missed like a 3-pointer that would have tied the game. I was like, oh man, like, it was so close. I was hoping for her to make that shot. I'm like, come on. Like I was like yelling, man, screaming. Like I was. So like I mean, my point is that's the last time like I remember us being that deep at like every position. So I think the women are gonna make a run. If I had to make a prediction, I say we're probably gonna make we're probably gonna make the Elite Eight probably.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's a great way. That's a good prediction, and that what a great way to end this call. Hey, Jimmy, we got to go, my friend. We got some other people trying to call in, but you know you're our boy, and we appreciate you calling. And you have a great night, my friend, and we'll talk soon, okay?
I will, man. I love you guys, man. Keep up the good work.
Love you too, Jimmy. Man. We'll talk to you later, brother.
All right, go Canes, boy.
All right, go Canes, man. Love me some Jimmy.
Oh, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, I love when Jimmy calls in.
I love it. Yeah,
he's right, man. Right now, the bright spot of the Canes is the women's hoops, man. They are just balling right now.
I know. We thought it was going to be Canes baseball, but they just lost. But, yeah, man.
They got a lot of injuries and everything they're dealing with, too.
Yeah. Do we have another caller, or did they
Well, we had a guy in live chat say he was going to call, but nobody's called in just yet. But when he does, we'll answer it. No biggie.
Okay. Hey, man, do you want to get into our Heat talk real quick? I know we've been going on for a little bit here, but...
Yeah, I'm all down with that. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Dos Minutos.
So, Caniacs, I feel like I am personally responsible for this. I spoke it into existence. Actually, I shouldn't say that because they still have 2 games left. The Heat are now 17-17. I said this is the number they can get to before the All-Star break.
Yep. 5th place, too. 5th place in the East.
Yeah, 5th place. I was like, what are you doing? Are you trying to high-five me virtually?
Virtual high-five, 5th place.
Yeah. I think, are they tied for 5th with Boston and Toronto or something?
No,
I don't know if
Toronto was 4th, and I thought that I'm sorry. I thought Boston was 4th.
Okay.
And yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyways, but yeah, man. So I mean, Kendrick Nunn has been playing well. Jimmy's playing well. Duncan Robinson has even been shooting a little better. I know I kind of grilled him last week. Mm-hmm. They've just been playing well, man. Next 2 games they play, I want to say it's Atlanta, who just fired their coach. So hopefully they can get a dub real quick on them. And then the Pelicans, too. So, man, if they can win both those games, which are very winnable, 19-17 going into the first half, I think any Heat fan would take that going back a few games, you know.
So what is it? Is it the first top? Is it the top 6 that automatically get in? And then
the playoffs,
and then 7, 8, 9, or whatever they have to fight it out.
So to be 100% honest with you, it's a good thing you brought that up. I have no idea. You just totally reminded me. They have the play-in tournament, so I feel like you got to just get as high as you can, man.
Yeah, you want to be in the first. If it's 6, you want to be in the top 6. You don't want to be in them playing games.
Yeah, you don't want to do that shit.
You want to do that.
Yeah, something I actually wanted to bring up, though, because this affects like a former Miami Heat player, is there's this guy, I don't know if he covers NBA basketball or whatever. His name's Brandon Tierney. Uh-huh. This dude got lit up on Twitter by Canes fans because he said, and I quote, "Legit question. At his absolute apex, was Chris Bosh ever better than peak Julius Randle? The answer is no." So, let me tell you, just because someone writes about basketball, writes about sports, doesn't mean they know what the fuck they're talking about. I mean,
right.
So let me just tell you, Chris Bosh. Let me say this first, because I don't want to just like shit on Julius Randle. Julius Randle is having a really good season, but he's having a really good season. doesn't mean he's a better player than Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh is an amazing player. He was a 11-time All-Star. By the same point, so Julius Randle's 26 right now. I think he's in like his 6th season or 5th. No, it might even be 7 actually. But at the same point, Chris Bosh, man, had made like several All-Star teams, was putting up numbers like numbers even better than Julius Randle. He plays defense. Julius Randle isn't known for being a good defender. Not to say Chris Bosh is some amazing defender, but he was definitely better than Julius Randle. Julius Randle doesn't play defense.
Right.
The thing you also have to take into account is Julius Randle is carrying the Knicks. The Knicks, I don't know how they're, doing relatively decent, for their team, but like he is, getting a lot of usage. He's the one, like if you look at his stats, he's averaging like over 3 turnovers a game.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of turnovers.
That's a lot. And it kind of tells you a lot, that they need him to, be almost their entire offense, So I think it's kind of stupid to just say, Julius Randle's heavens above better than Chris Bosh.
Right.
When, like, all the stats, all the accolades directly, say, no, that's not true.
Right.
But
you know the stats better than I do, so I will go with what you say. But I mean, from what I remember from Bosh when he played, he was really good.
Yeah, especially because people don't realize too. They remember the recent Bosh of when he was with the Heat, and he had to kind of take a backseat because Wade and LeBron were kind of running the show, and he became more of a perimeter player, which wasn't really his game. He was so skilled, like in the high post and low post. But I mean, when the year after LeBron left, I remember he had a really good season. People were like, "Where'd this come from?" And it's like, well, LeBron's not on the team anymore, so he gets the ball.
Yeah, one of the guys in live chat just said 2 completely different styles of play.
Yeah, two different styles of play. Julius Randle's more bully ball. I think who was it? Was it Enes Kanter that said that Williamson is just Julius Randle with hops or something? But yeah, it was something like that. But anyways, it's 2 different styles of play. I guess you could say Chris Bosh is more of the finesse player, but I mean, I don't think anyone can argue Chris Bosh is definitely the more skilled player.
Gotcha.
For sure. But I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was an idiotic statement. I mean, especially just the way he worded it. He could have worded it a lot better, but that's why Heat fans are shitting on him.
Exactly.
But anyways, man, we had a jam-packed show, man.
Right, and we still got a caller getting ready to call in right now.
Oh, we do?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm going to do is we'll take this call, and I have this list here that I did my homework like you asked me to. I got my 10 NBA players here, and you're going to tell me which college they were coming from. But here's our call. Let's go ahead and take it.
Okay. Hello.
What's up, Kane fams?
Hey
How we
guys,
doing?
What's up? Good, man. Getting ready for the SAT tomorrow.
Oh, SAT? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Good
I got
luck.
my SAT tomorrow. So, yeah.
Who do we have calling?
Category 5 cans.
Oh, nice, man. How are you doing tonight, and what do you want to talk about?
Well, you guys were talking about spring football, and I just wanted to say that I feel like for the wide receivers at least, I have a feeling that 1 or 2 of them are going to have to transfer. Like 1 or 2 of them are going to end up transferring.
Okay.
Because
like in the middle of the season?
I have a feeling that like before fall, someone's going to leave during spring.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, they're all very talented, and I understand competition and everything. But you got to, like, I guess, get your own playing time.
Right.
Think about yourself too sometimes.
Absolutely.
So,
and especially nowadays, kids are going to look to do that, and I mean, I don't blame them. Do you have,
sure.
Is there anyone you're leaning towards who you think more so is going to be more inclined to transfer?
I feel like Wiggins is going to follow wherever Cozy goes.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, that would be interesting.
And I don't know, maybe Daz.
Oh, Daz?
Yeah. Because, right now his whole thing is, he needs to get bigger. That's reportedly why he wasn't playing this season.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he wants to get on the field as soon as possible. And, the longer he's out for, the longer, he gets lower and lower in the depth chart,
Yeah. No, definitely. I think that, this isn't how the final roster is going to be when the season starts. I think that there will probably be some guys that look to transfer, if not before the season, definitely during as well, There's always guys.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll definitely know after spring practice for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think we can get one or two after spring?
Get one or two transfers out?
Yeah. After the spring ball.
Yeah. I think during spring ball we'll kind of get an idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's just going to come up to how the coaches favor seniority, if they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Totally understand
because
that.
Obviously, Keyshawn Smith, this whole year I was watching him play, and the dude was making plays, and when the people above you aren't making the same plays and they're still getting playing time over you,
mm-hmm.
At that point you got to get frustrated.
Absolutely. And I think too, Michael Redding too, even when he was playing too, I know I know he had some issues with COVID and stuff, but this year I'm hoping he can, step up and hopefully get more playing time.
Yeah, out of right now, out of this year's class, Keyshawn Smith was my the top receiver, I think, from this class.
Yeah, which is insane with how we got him. That we just right at the end just got him. I didn't visit, just
a last minute pickup.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I also think Knighton is gonna have a really good season coming off the shoulder injury.
Yeah,
I think
that was an unfortunate.
Yeah, that sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But I think him and King are both gonna bounce off during injuries perfectly.
Okay. So let me ask you then.
So
so I know we just talked about Knighton. Where would you how would you rank the running backs for this year?
Well, each one brings a little something different to it, I think. Cam brings you that that experienced running back that's gonna be able to make big plays on third down, fourth down,
mm-hmm.
when I guess when the pressure's on the most. And Chaney reminds me a lot of Frank Gore, the way he runs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's just hard. It's hard to not want him to be the top guy when he fights for every single yard he can get.
Yeah.
And I think Knighton is a little more elusive, so he brings that other thing into the table. So they're all going to get their playing time this year, and then next year it's just going to be a 1-2 punch, I think. And Dad Franklin, he's probably going to have to redshirt this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless there's some sort of injury or something.
Right.
Yeah. He's going to have to redshirt because it's not anything against him. It's just the talent above him at the moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But next year, I agree. Next year, he gets a little bit more into the system. He gets another year under David Feely. get that body ready to get pounded on. And yeah, I like that. That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, and then I'm excited to see how James goes, how James development goes throughout.
James Williams.
A lot of things. Yeah, James Williams. A lot of people are saying that, or that I've heard at least. I've heard people say that he's too big to play safety, and that they should put him at striker. And I think he's just in a natural position at safety. I played against him last year in high school.
Oh wow!
And dude had to crouch down to tackle me, but yeah, but seeing him having to run down the A gap with him coming in, that was hard.
So let me ask you something, because since you have experience with this, how does that man hit?
Let's just say that my team's punter was unfortunate. He had an unfortunate shoulder injury that game.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
But I played against a few people in the class. Like, I played against Jacoby George.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my team played against him. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think he's gonna be really good.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
I think. Yeah, I have a feeling that it's gonna be a fun spring to watch, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So where did you play ball? Just out of curiosity.
I'm still playing right now. I'm at Cypress Bay.
Oh, Cypress Bay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey man, it must.
So
playing in Florida, man, that's no joke. Especially where you're playing at with all these guys.
Yeah, man.
Right.
You're playing with the best.
Well, last year was my sophomore year. So going on the field, and I think James was my third game. So that was kind of my wake up. It's time to get bigger.
I got you.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey man,
Well, brother, good luck on your SATs and everything, man. Get that studying down.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And we really appreciate you calling in, man. And when are you guys starting to have do you guys have a spring practice, or you guys just going to fall camp?
We've been working out with Perform. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them.
No, not really, but
Perform train. They actually train Harley and a few other guys. I think Bubba trained with him the other day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they train them and stuff. So we've been doing team workouts with them, but I'm not sure about spring yet. And 7-on-7 too.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I got you.
Well, hey man, I hope this can all go away so you guys can just. I mean, I feel bad for all the high school athletes that haven't been able to, fully play and stuff. So hopefully this COVID thing goes away.
Man.
So you guys.
This year was hard.
Yeah, I'm sure.
This year we only
imagine.
played 3 games.
Oh wow.
We only played 3 games.
Whew.
Yeah.
Man. Well, hopefully
And
you guys
2 of the
get it
games
full
we
air.
played.
Yeah.
2 of the games we played were rescheduled the day of game day because the team we played got COVID that very game day.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Jeez.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you can have a regular season this year, my friend. And we appreciate you calling, man. And thanks for listening. And go get them SATs, man, because I'm sure you want to go to Miami, don't you?
I'm actually looking at USF and UCF.
Okay.
Just for the financial.
Understood, my
but-
friend. Understood.
Yeah, understood. And UCF has the most
So, yeah.
recent national championship too. So
Well, that's true, too.
I'm not necessarily going there for the football team.
No, we get it. There's a lot of the academics, man. It's a lot of money to go to a private school, bro.
absolutely.
Yeah, it is. All right,
Anyways,
guys.
man.
Well, take care.
Yeah, man. Thanks, baby. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
You have a great night, buddy.
You too. Bye.
All right, later.
Later.
High school ball, hell yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. I was not expecting to get someone that played against some of the guys that we're talking
right.
about.
That was awesome. But I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he. I do feel for him about the season, and they only got to play 3 games, and You get set up for your game all week, and then on the game day they have to cancel, reschedule. Because man, that's got to be rough, man. That's got to be
especially as a high school athlete, because that's what you're looking forward to each week. And
right,
yeah, and those are like the memories you always have. You know, like thinking about high school. Like I always think about the basketball team when I played. You know, so that's rough.
Yeah, I'm not even going to tell you how long it's been since I played football. But anyways, moving along.
Yeah, helmets were made out of leather back then. All right,
leather helmets, yes, sir.
What do we got now?
Well, we can wrap this up, or we can go into this. You know what? Let's just go ahead and wrap it up. We've been on this thing for an hour and 30 minutes.
What? I don't get my 10 players?
You want your 10 players?
Just do speed. Let's speed.
Go. Speed.
Give me like 10 seconds to answer.
Well, okay. Some of these I think are hard, but I threw in a couple easy ones. So we're going to go right to
Okay.
Max Strauss for the Heat.
Oh, God damn it. I don't know.
DePaul. Sabin Lee from Detroit.
I don't even know who that is.
He's a point guard.
Okay, I have no idea.
Vanderbilt. 0 for 2. I'm kicking your ass. Paul Watson for Toronto.
Are you just getting these like no-name guys?
No, I'm going on.
Dude.
No, these are all guys on. I looked at actual ESPN roster today, and these are the guys on rosters as of today.
As of today, so they picked
As
them
of
up for
today.
today?
No, I don't know. I mean, these are. I just went on ESPN. I went to these teams, and I hit roster, and I was like, "Oh,
okay." I don't know it, so I'm telling you right now that I don't know it. But I'm gonna look up his stats, and if he's averaging under a point a game,
I didn't look at stats. I just went roster and college. So if he's not stats, I don't know what to tell you. You didn't tell me I had to look at stats. Okay,
1.9 points a game. Okay, go ahead.
There you go. Semi Ojeleye. He's from Celtics.
Is it
Power
Louisville?
forward. No, SMU.
Damn it. I knew that one too. My friend.
Daniel Orturo. He plays for the Clippers. He's a center.
I want to say like New Mexico, but I know that's wrong.
That's totally wrong. Minnesota.
Dude, your ass. Man, I suck.
Sean McDermott. He plays for Memphis. He's a shooting guard.
Gonzaga.
Close. Butler.
Butler.
This one I know you're not going to get. Garrison Matthew. He plays for the Wizards.
I have no idea.
Oh, the category Kings just posted in chat. One more thing I forgot to mention. Did you guys see that Troutman is apparently shorter than we were led on?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, that's funny.
That's interesting.
I wonder how tall he is then.
I don't know. All right, which one did I say? Oh, yeah, Garrison Matthews, shooting guard from the Wizards.
I don't know.
I never even heard of this college. Lipscomb?
Oh, yeah, Lipscomb.
You've heard that?
Lipscomb. Yeah.
Okay. Etwan Moore, shooting guard for the
Purdue.
Suns. There you go. This one you might get. Jared Dudley for the Lakers.
Arizona?
Boston College.
Oh,
And the
yeah,
last
Boston
one.
College.
Last one I only picked this up not because of the college, because of his name. Dwayne Bacon. He plays for the Magic.
Yeah, he went to FSU.
Right.
See, if you would have asked, okay, we got to be fair here. I feel like people are gonna judge me like, oh, you let on that you know all these guys. You got to ask me some.
Most of those I purposely chose people who do not have any cap space. They don't have any money.
You
on the cap
dickhole,
space.
dude! I knew it. Come on.
But you didn't give me the parameter. Okay. So what are my parameters for the next one? Oh, he said,
next.
hold on. Reports are saying that Andy is actually taller than him, and the staff has never seen him in person. Oh, that's interesting.
Wow. Isn't he
didn't
supposed to
know
be on
that.
campus right now?
I think
Or they
so,
had
isn't
never seen him before?
I think it's they've never seen him before.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
That's crazy.
But no,
Man.
I will put that disclaimer in there.
Okay, yeah, because I had never even heard of some of these guys, and I guarantee you had never heard of them. Jared Dudley, I should have known. Jared Dudley, I should have known.
It was before, yeah.
Okay, you gotta ask me anyone that's averaging over 6 points a game. Give me 20 players next week.
So basically, you just want actual people who play in the game.
Well, dude, there's people that don't even know their names, and you're expecting me to know where these guys that like. Come on.
I had to do it.
Ask me NBA players you know right now. I guarantee you.
Well, no, I get that, but I mean that was the easy part. I mean, I can say, where did Anthony Davis go?
Yeah, Kentucky. That's easy.
Exactly. I mean, what's his name out here? The one who's LeBron, Booker. Where'd Booker go?
You're just naming all Kentucky guys.
Well, I mean, you just said the name people, so that's all the ones I know. Bam,
Yeah.
where'd Bam go?
You really?
Yeah, see,
Kentucky.
So I mean, pretty much they're all in Kentucky or Duke. I mean, so I tried to find some. Oh, by the way, when I was doing that today, the Orlando Magic, they have. I mean, their roster, the amount I think is the highest in the league from what I was looking at. They got a bunch of people on payroll.
Well,
holy cow!
The thing you have to think of too is like, so some of those contracts, like those guys might not even actually be on the team that you just named.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the thing I just thought of is they might be on the G League team or something, and just call up and call downs or whatever.
Oh no, I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's exactly who I think I picked.
Wow.
Yeah, on purpose. Well, because it shows their name, their roster, their spot where they play, and then where they went to college, and then it has their salary. A lot of these had dots, so if you have dots, you don't even have a. I mean, you're not getting paid. You're on a G League team, or what I'm saying, you're not on the main roster. But next time I'll be a little more fair. I just had to do it, man. Had to do it one time.
You know where Bruce Brown went?
No, where'd Bruce Brown go?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Miami.
Oh, okay. You got me. It's basketball.
Wow.
Told you.
Wow.
I'm not really good with the names, bro.
Disappointing. All right, we got to just end this one because my
gotta wrap it
girlfriend's
up.
starving and she's going to kill me. So.
Oh, I'm sure. So, man, hey, we appreciate our callers. We appreciate guys on the chat. Brad, Category 5 Canes, man. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and listen to us on all your major platforms, wherever you get your podcasts from. Apple, iTunes, whatever, Spotify, iHeart. We're on all of them. What you got, Matt?
Nothing much, man. I'm excited for spring football. I'm excited for March Madness, even though the Miami Hurricanes are not going to be in it.
Right.
And I'm excited for our show, for the March Madness show.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty big. That's going to be a lot of people on that one.
And
that one should be really
we still
good.
have to confirm, but Jordan Nelson might be coming on next week. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, the Heat beat the Jazz on Saturday. Wasn't it Saturday they beat them?
I know. We're going to have to talk to him about that. What happened?
Yeah. What happened? All right, brother. I appreciate it.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, you have a good one. Thanks for everybody for listening. And like always, go Canes.
Yep.